Hey everyone. I know you're all probably super busy right now, building those businesses and chasing those dreams, but you're going to want to hear this. We are diving deep into AI. And no, I'm not talking about just another tool for your kit. This is about a whole new business model.
It might even be bigger than sauce.
Exactly. Think about it. How much time do you spend each day on those repetitive tasks that just drain your energy?
What if you could automate those tasks?
Not just with a simple tool, though, but like with an AI that practically runs itself.
That's exactly what we're talking about today. Agents as a service.
Okay, so I got to ask, what exactly are these agents as a service?
It's not just automating tasks. It's about automating entire processes.
I am intrigued.
And we've actually seen the spending on what are called vertical agents just skyrocket.
What's a vertical agents? That sounds kind of like a superhero name.
It's like a specialized AI agent.
So how is that different from just the regular AI we hear about?
Think of it like this. You need a specific job done, right? Let's say you need someone to make sales calls for your solar panel company.
Yeah.
A vertical agent is like a specialist who's already trained for that exact role.
Okay.
They've got all the knowledge and skills they need to get started right away in that specific industry. Now compare that to a horizontal agent, which is more like a generalist.
Right.
They can adapt and be trained for pretty much any process.
More flexible.
Exactly. But they're going to need more setup.
More guidance in the beginning.
Exactly.
So if you're looking for faster results, it sounds like vertical agents are the way to go.
Definitely great for getting started quickly, especially if you're, like most of our listeners, busy entrepreneurs who don't have a ton of time to spend on training AI from scratch.
Makes sense.
It's kind of like, think about it this way. Do you want to build a website from the ground up?
Or use Squarespace.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely a Squarespace fan.
So vertical agents are basically like the Squarespace for very specific business tasks.
So it's all pre-built and ready to go.
Pretty much.
I'm starting to see the appeal here, but can you give us some real-world examples? Like some actual companies that are out there already using these vertical agents successfully?
Absolutely. One company that comes to mind is called 11X.
11X.
Yeah, they're building AI sales agents that basically automate your entire sales process.
The entire sales process.
From finding leads all the way to closing those deals.
Oh,
So it's like having a full 24/7 sales team working for you without having to hire and manage all those people.
that's insane. Okay, so what about those more niche applications?
Definitely.
I was thinking more like for specific industries or maybe even smaller businesses. Are there any examples for them?
There's Carmen, specifically designed for construction project managers.
Construction.
It helps them manage all those tasks, track progress, and communicate with their teams.
That's really cool. Okay, so what about the legal side of things?
There's Normie, an agent that helps businesses stay on top of all those regulations.
So like a virtual compliance officer?
Exactly.
That's all.
Then there's Devin, a development agent, which is on the pricier side, helps you actually create other vertical agents.
So it sounds like there's a vertical agent out there for pretty much anything you can think of.
Pretty much.
That's wild. So let's get down to brass tacks here. What do our listeners actually need to build one of these vertical agents?
Well, the first thing you need is
Data.
think of data as the fuel that powers your AI agent.
Okay, so the more data I have, the better the agent will perform.
Exactly. The more data you have about your business processes, the better your agent can learn and perform.
So I'm thinking like customer interactions, sales records, marketing data, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, all of that.
So if I have even just like a small business, I probably already have a good amount of this data just kind of sitting around
Most likely. And even if you don't have a ton of data, you can always start collecting it.
as you go.
Exactly. Every time you talk to a client, every email, it's all valuable data.
Okay, so data is like the foundation.
It's the fuel.
Okay, what else do we need?
You need your own industry expertise. This is where you have a major advantage because you know your business inside and out. You understand your customers, your market, and what kind of challenges you're facing.
Right.
And that knowledge is gold when it comes to building a vertical agent that truly solves a problem for your specific niche.
It's not just about the tech, it's about knowing your stuff.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm going to guess the third thing we need is the one everyone's a little nervous about. Money.
Right. Well, resources in general.
Resources.
But you don't need a massive pile of cash to get started. You can
Start small and scale.
Exactly, like planting a seed.
Okay.
You don't need a full-grown tree right away. You can start with a sapling and nurture it.
Okay, so we've got our data, we've got our expertise, we've managed to scrape together some resources. How do we actually build this thing? Do I need to learn how to code?
Not at all. There are actually 3 main approaches to building these agents.
3.
Each one has pros and cons. Think of it like choosing how to get somewhere.
Trans-
You could walk, ride a bike, or drive a car, depending on where you're going and how much effort you want to put in.
I'm liking this analogy. So what are our transportation options for building a vertical agent?
The first one is using a framework,
Frameworks.
like a pre-built Lego set. Gives you the basic building blocks and some instructions, but you still got to put it together yourself.
So it's a little bit more hands-on.
Exactly. It offers a good balance of speed and flexibility, and you don't need to be a master coder to use it.
So frameworks are like the DIY approach.
Pretty much.
What's our next option?
We have platforms.
Platforms.
They're like those all-inclusive resorts.
Nice.
They provide everything you need in one place. The tool's infrastructure support.
Sounds expensive.
They can be, especially as your usage grows,
So if I'm trying to scale up quickly, platforms are a good option.
if you have the budget.
Right. Makes sense.
Okay.
Okay, what about the final option?
Building it from scratch using custom code.
Oh, so this is like the from the ground up approach.
Exactly. Like building your dream house.
And you have full control over everything.
Total control. But it takes a lot of technical expertise and a lot more time and effort.
So this is for the hardcore AI folks.
Definitely.
So let's talk about the business side of things. For those who are actually building these AI agents, how do you price them?
Well, there are 4 main pricing models that have emerged. First up is licensing.
Licensing.
Think of it like selling software licenses. Clients pay either a one-time fee or a monthly subscription to use your agent.
Okay, so kind of like the traditional software model.
Exactly. Simple and easy to understand, but doesn't always reflect the actual value the agent provides.
Yeah, so it's like selling a hammer for a fixed price, whether someone's building a birdhouse or a skyscraper.
Exactly.
Doesn't seem quite fair. What are the other options?
That's where these other models come in. Pricing.
Usage-based.
You charge based on how much the agent's actually used.
So like paying for electricity.
Exactly. You only pay for what you consume.
Makes sense. Okay, what about the other two?
There's outcome-based pricing.
Outcome-based.
You charge based on the results the agent actually achieves. So you could charge per appointment booked.
Oh, wait.
Lead-generated deal closed.
Okay, that's interesting. So you only pay when you get the results you're looking for.
Exactly. And this is great for clients who are focused on ROI
I bet.
because they're only paying when the agent actually delivers.
Smart. Okay, what about the last one?
The last model is the hybrid approach.
Hybrid.
Combines elements of all those other pricing models to create a custom solution that works best for both you and your clients.
So it's kind of like a mix and match.
Exactly.
This is all super interesting, but I know our listeners are eager to hear from someone who's actually doing this, someone who's built a successful business around these AI agents.
Well, you're in luck because we have an amazing interview coming up with an entrepreneur who's done just that.
Perfect.
He's created a really impressive vertical AI solution focused on voice automation.
Voice. Okay. Okay, so he's using AI to automate things like phone calls and customer interactions.
Exactly. And this is a great example of someone taking their industry knowledge, identifying a problem, and using AI to come up with a really innovative solution.
Can't wait to hear more about it.
Me too.
So without further ado, let's welcome Chase to the deep dive.
Chase, thanks so much for being here. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've built?
Thanks for having me. I've basically taken the old school tech, like CRMs and automation, and I've combined it with the latest in conversational AI, specifically focusing on voice.
So you're taking care of the entire sales process for your clients using AI.
From the moment a lead comes in until they're a customer or decide they're not the right fit.
So it's not just providing the tools, it's actually running the whole process.
That's right.
That's pretty incredible.
It's amazing how much AI can take off your plate these days.
So walk us through how you came up with this idea. Was there a specific aha moment?
Well, I actually come from the solar industry.
So yeah, I spent years building a really successful sales team, but hit a wall trying to scale. I knew we had to automate more of the process, but the traditional tools just weren't cutting it.
Right.
And then I discovered voice AI.
Voice AI.
It's like a light bulb went off. I realized we could create a system that could take care of all the repetitive tasks that my sales team was doing.
Yeah.
That would free them up to focus on things like building relationships and closing deals.
So you took your understanding of the solar industry, pinpointed the problem, and found this amazing AI solution to fix it.
Pretty much.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, so were you like a tech whiz before all of this?
Not at all.
Really?
I was comfortable with CRMs and the basic automations, but not a coder by any means. And the funny thing is, even just a couple years ago, building something like this would have been way too complicated. But the tools are so much easier to use now. I can build a basic voice agent in minutes.
Wow, that's inspiring to hear. So
Right.
even someone without a technical background can do this. Okay, so You mentioned earlier that you've kind of templatized a lot of your processes. Does that mean you can adapt the system for different clients in different industries?
For sure. We have a system with over 50 different workflows
50.
for all sorts of sales tasks, lead nurturing, follow-ups, you name it. And we basically take this core system and then customize it for each client's needs.
So you're focusing on the 80-20 rule, 20% of the effort for 80% of the results.
Exactly.
Smart. And the more clients you work with, the better your system gets right.
That's the idea. We're always trying to improve based on the data we're getting and the feedback from our clients.
Love that.
Yeah.
Enough talk. Let's see this thing in action.
Sounds good.
Can we get a demo? I know our listeners are dying to hear what one of these agents sounds like.
You got it.
Yeah.
Let me introduce you to Grace Silver, one of our AI agents.
Grace. Nice to meet you, Grace.
Hey, Chase, it's Grace from Infinite AI. How's it going today?
Very good, Grace. I'm actually on a podcast right now
Oh, fun.
with a whole bunch of awesome listeners who are eager to learn about AI and how it could transform their businesses.
Well, hey there, podcast people.
Can you say hi to everybody?
Grace from Infinite AI here. Your friendly, sassy AI sales assistant. Hope you're all ready to dive into some AI magic, where sales hassles disappear faster than your Wi-Fi during a binge-watching session. Let's make business bolder. Shall we cheers, everybody?
Oh, I love that. You gave her so much personality. It makes it
Uh-huh.
so much more
It
engaging.
doesn't even feel like you're talking to a machine.
It feels like a real person.
Totally. Okay, Grace, go ahead and tell everyone what you do.
All right, buckle up, folks. I'm Grace Silver, your AI sales assistant extraordinaire from Infinite AI. We help businesses like yours level up by automating up to 90% of their sales process. We're talking lead generation, follow-ups, appointment setting, even reactivating those dead leads you thought were goners. Basically, I'm the sales superhero you didn't know you needed, saving time, boosting your ROI, and making your life a whole lot easier. Oh, and I do it all without coffee breaks. So who's ready to let AI do the heavy lifting mic drop?
Amazing. That was a killer pitch, Grace. Chase, can we put Grace through her paces a bit?
Yeah, for sure.
I want our listeners to hear how versatile she is. Grace, can you tell everyone that every business needs an AI employee?
Yeah.
And can you say it in Spanish?
Speaks fluent Spanish.
Wow, that was impressive. Now for a real challenge, Grace, can you give our expert a musical rap Eminem style on how AI employees are going to change the game in 2025?
Performs an impressive rap.
That's amazing.
Okay, one final test. Grace, can you transfer me over to the sales department, please?
You got it. Transferring you over to the sales department now. They'll take great care of you.
Hi there. This is Jack Silver from Infinite AI. Lovely Tuesday morning.
Hey, Jack.
Were you transferred by Grace?
I was. Yeah, we were just chatting with her. She's amazing.
Grace is definitely amazing. She knows how to connect with the right people. So what's your name and how can I help you today?
This is wild. So we just transferred from like a general conversational agent to a sales agent who has all of Chase's pricing information and everything. That was a lot of pivoting, Grace. I don't know if everyone understands how powerful that was, but you essentially pulled a human sales rep out of thin air.
That's right. And that ability to instantly switch between tasks and even languages is what makes this so powerful.
You've essentially built what's called a multi-agent system
Okay.
that can handle even those really complex processes with multiple steps and handoffs.
That's incredible. This is seriously blowing my mind. And Chase, you're competing with companies that have millions, even tens of millions of dollars in funding. And you've built this amazing solution without all of that. It's incredible.
It really shows the power of starting with that deep industry expertise and focusing on a real problem.
So the million-dollar question, how much are you making with this solution each month? I know our listeners are dying to know if this is actually a viable business model.
Our best month was close to $100,000.
Wow.
On average, we're bringing in between $30,000 and $60,000 in recurring revenue.
That's amazing.
That's fantastic.
And honestly, it should be even higher, but we've pivoted our focus a few times as we've learned and grown.
It's good to be adaptable.
Exactly.
So what's your pricing model?
We actually offer two models. One is a build and release model,
Build and release.
where we build the entire system for the client, train their team, and then they take it from there. So it's like handing over the keys to a brand new car and saying, here you go, have fun.
That's a great option if you have the in-house resources to manage it all.
Exactly.
What's the other model?
The other model is what we call our growth partner approach.
Growth partner.
With this model, we build the system and then we actually manage it for them.
Oh, wow.
So we're essentially like their fractional chief AI officer.
That's really cool.
We get a base fee plus a revenue share. So we're truly invested in their success.
I love that. You're not just providing a service, you're a partner.
Exactly.
This has been an incredible conversation, Chase. Before we let you go, where can our listeners go to learn more and maybe even get in touch?
Our website is myinfinite.ai. And we also have a dedicated page specifically for AI employees at myinfinite.ai employees.
Awesome. We'll make sure to include those links in the show notes. Thanks again for sharing your incredible story with us, Chase. It's truly inspiring to see someone taking such a bold and innovative approach to business.
Thanks for having me. It was a pleasure.
Wow, that was an incredible conversation. Chase's story is the perfect example of how someone with the right expertise and vision can build a seriously successful business with AI. And the best part, he did it without millions in funding. I hope you're all as inspired as I am right now. If this is getting you ideas, share this episode with your friends and colleagues who are also trying to level up their businesses.
It's amazing to see how far AI has come in such a short time. Just a few years ago, the idea of having an AI run your sales process would have sounded crazy.
Like something out of a movie.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But now it's a reality. And it's completely changing the game for entrepreneurs everywhere.
it really is.
Yeah.
So where do you see these AI agents going in the future? What do you think's next?
I think we're just scratching the surface of what's possible. And remember earlier we were talking about vertical agents being specialized and horizontal agents being more adaptable. I think those lines are going to start to blur as the technology keeps advancing.
Interesting. So you're saying that eventually these horizontal platforms might be able to create vertical agents on demand?
Exactly. Imagine being able to describe a business process or a task that you need automated, and the platform just generates a custom AI agent for you.
Like an AI factory.
Exactly.
That's incredible. It would make AI accessible to anyone, no matter what their technical skills are. So what does all of this mean for our listeners? What's the key takeaway here?
The key takeaway is that the future of business is going to be intertwined with AI. These agents aren't just a passing trend. They're a fundamental shift in how we work and how we run our businesses.
That's the future.
Exactly. And the sooner you start exploring the possibilities, the better prepared you'll be to succeed in this new landscape.
I completely agree. Whether you're a solopreneur, part of a small team, or even a larger company, understanding how to use these AI agents is going to be critical for staying ahead of the curve.
Absolutely. And the best part is you don't need to be a tech expert to get started.
Right.
There are tons of resources available, from online courses to pre-built frameworks to all-inclusive platforms.
So it's all about finding the right approach for you.
Exactly.
So as you're listening to this, I want you to think about how AI agents could transform your business. What are the processes you could automate? What kind of opportunities could you unlock?
And don't be afraid to start small.
You just take that first step.
Exactly. Maybe automate one task to begin with and see how it goes. You can always scale from there.
Perfect. If this episode sparks some ideas for you, we'd love to hear them. Share your thoughts in the comments, connect with us on social media, and let's keep this conversation going. The future of AI is a collaborative journey, and we're all in this together.
And one last thought. If you found this episode valuable, please share it with your friends and colleagues who might also be interested in this. The more we can spread awareness about these tools, the more people will be able to benefit from them.
Absolutely. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into AI entrepreneurship and the future of work. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey.